Good morning everybody. I thought I'd pop on here just to show you my new book because now it's available for pre-order, and a lot of you will probably have already discovered that. If you're one of my creative friends, you'll have known about it for a little while, but it's available on pre-order now to dispatch around about the 1st of December. I'm reliant on the printers, so 1st of December is actually the date that I've got earmarked, but it might be earlier, might be a little bit later. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a quick overview of it. We've got 8 new patterns, brand new patterns. They're not in my shop. They are only available at the moment in book 3. So the book is £15. The postage and packaging is £3.50. I can't avoid that. That's what more Royal Mail charges me, so that's unfortunate. I have to pass that on. But the book is £15 and it's got 50 projects in it, 8 of which are absolutely brand new, and it's possible that some of those projects in there anyway you may not have, and if you do store my patterns on a hard drive somewhere or on your PC, then actually in book form it's a lot easier to find. And because this is now book 3, that's a total of 150 of my patterns now available to you. Now I'm going to put the link after the live of where you can buy the book, but also you'll see different options as well of the different variations of book 1, book 2, buy 1 and 2 together, buy 1, 2 and 3 together, and so on and so forth. So there's different options. So if you just want book 3, then obviously there's an option for that, and I will put the link for that in, as I say, after this live. Okay, so I'm going to poke you down on my desk. Let me put the overhead camera on. Hopefully that's light enough. I might just I could perhaps just lighten that up a little bit actually, so just bear with while I just do that. Oh, I nearly deleted it. That wouldn't have been fun. So we'll just brighten that up a little bit. There we are, that's a little bit better. I'm working without any lights today, which is always good, or good for you. And I'll push myself over to the side so you can see, and I'll move over now. So you can see the book. Now the thing is, the front of the book, so it looks like this. I'm going to show you the new patterns, which are the ones I've earmarked in here, but already on the front you can see 3 patterns that you will have probably already seen already, but this is one of the new ones. So it's a table runner. It actually looks like spools of thread, if that's how you want to do it, but I just played with the light, dark and medium shades just to get that sort of tonal effect. And obviously once you've learned how to do that, you can add to it and make it into a big quilt if you want to. So that would be one of the brand new, not in my shop pattern. Good morning Jackie, good morning Sue. Yes, so obviously you get the welcome page, and then we start working through the book, and it's alphabetical. So if you know a particular pattern, like Amber for instance, that's the first pattern in the book, then you can find that quite easily. But if you wanted to make Zara, which was one of our newest patterns, then that's obviously right at the back, so it's perhaps easier to find, I'm not sure, but alphabetical seemed like a good way to go. So so like I say, this is Amber. I'm just going to remember I've just got to turn my phone off because that will ping like crazy in a second. Let me just get rid of that and go on there and do this and do that and turn that down. There we go. Sorry, a bit of technical stuff obviously. Morning Jackie and Sue. I don't expect anybody to watch me live here now because this is impromptu, but obviously this is ready for you for later on. So we'll just flip through some of the pictures and patterns. Now you will get lovely big illustrations in the book as well, just to make it interesting. It's almost like a copybook table in as much that you get these wonderful illustrations to have a look at, and also quite good close-up of some of the projects as well. Not many, but some. So then we've got Augie here. So working through, you've got the full size template. All of the templates in the book are full size, so it's very, very easy to actually recreate the patterns, just to trace them off. Now this is one of the new patterns, Little Aurelie, and Little Aurelie is a just gorgeous little purse, a lovely, lovely, easy to design, really, really simple to do. You've got the all the measurements there to actually create Aurelie, and she's just such a lovely, easy project to actually create. Morning, Paula. So as I say, that's going to be £3.49 in the shop. So we added it up last night, and it's about £40 worth of new projects in here. Beautiful picture of Ghosty, which I've now gifted to a little girl in the village here. That was her birthday, so that was gifted to her, which is lovely. We've got Bissy in here as well, so if you know Bissy, I've done workshops with this. I've also done kits with Bissy, but now you can make her yourself very, very easily. Camille, I'm only putting the label over there so you don't see measurements and things like that. Obviously, you know, I want you to buy the book. I have to be sensible here. So this is Camille, so that's one of the pictures on the front cover. We've got Scylla on here as well. That really lovely bag, she's on the front cover as well, it just happens to be like that. So you can see how comprehensive the pictures are, the instructions are, really, really super, really clear and precise. So I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. This is obviously my proof copy, so I have to go through this over the next couple of days and move things about, re-edit stuff, just to make sure it's absolutely perfect for you. So that's going to happen over the next few days. Then Daniela, we've got Daniela, which is actually one of the next new pattern, which is going to be £3.49 in the shop, and it's our lovely oven glove. So it means I've done it in Christmas fabrics because I intend to use this Christmas Day. And obviously you can make one of these. It's slightly shaped. So you'll see on the pattern instructions, I've written on here how to make sure you get that shape, because it is slightly off-centered. You might not be able to see it, but it is. And it gives you the ability to pick up your hot pans and trays and things like that. So, and that's got style Insul Bright, not Style Bright. So that's Daniela. We've got Diamond in here, so you've got little quilts. So these really aren't mini makes, these are a lot bigger patterns than before. So although it says on the front mini makes, I was actually going to put 50 not mini makes, because they're not, basically. But it's just soaking up some of the patterns that I've created over the years, so you can enjoy them as well. So Dina, made from your selvages, so start saving your selvages, and you can create Dina, and I give you the instructions on how to put it together, how to sew them, because that's interesting, and also how to do the binding, because that's done in a really special way. So another good one. Dora, you've got the full size template in there, so you know, you've got everything you need. There's nothing that you don't need to do. You don't need to photocopy these and enlarge it. You can just take it as it is and create Dora, which actually is a really good make. Good for craft fairs as well. Eleanor, absolutely love Eleanor. I mean, that is such a pretty page. My idea is always to make the pages very visual, very pretty, interesting to look at, to encourage you to open the book and enjoy the projects inside. So we've got a full-size template for Eleanor. We've got Farah in there, which is the wallet. We've got Fern, which is a fantastic little bag there. I mean, that is a really, really good make. And anybody else would be selling that pattern for £15. If you go on to some of the TV channels and you look for patterns, they're anything from £10 upwards. So just buying the book just to make Fern is absolutely really good value for money. You can see the great pictures, just like you would get if you downloaded my patterns online. You've got Nicola there. Now this is where I've indulged myself somewhat, because Finch was one of my very first patterns, and it's a clip case. It's got a magnetic closure just under here, where you can put your clips inside, but also it's got the pleats across here where you can clip your clips onto to have them beside you on your desk. So really, really useful. And then we've got wonderful graphics again of the seaside. It's a little bit blurry, but that's intentional, because this is the star of the show, not necessarily the beach at Southwold. You've got Franny here, which the full-size template is there straight in front of you. My beautiful, beautiful butterfly cushions, which I just absolutely adore. Love these. I love all the FPP to actually create these. So just great graphics. A little bit about me, a notes page as well. Then we've got Finley. And Finley, again, is one of my older patterns, so you can, you know, recreate something from 5-6 years ago. Fantastic pattern. Hangs on the end of your stairs or wherever to collect all bits and bobs that either want to go somewhere else or maybe upstairs to perhaps a child's room. You can put lots of bits and pieces in there. And the idea is everybody you know, dips in and takes things upstairs. Do you think that will ever happen? Then we've got the full-size template in here, and again, lovely graphics of the boat and the seagulls and little seagulls sitting on the pattern there. Of course, the flowers in the sunshine quilt had to play a part, and beautiful picture there of that lovely quilt that me and my creative friends made in the summertime. And if you were to ever join the Creative Friends group, all of the videos to make this are in the group, and all of the templates and patterns, that's free in the group. If that's not worth your £2.50 a month, I don't know what is. But you could recreate that by following everything that's been saved in the group. We've got Frankie in here. So Frankie is what I use every single day underneath my sewing machine. When you see me pulling it forward or pushing it back, it's sitting on Frankie. Allows me to do that. A really lovely make with pockets if you want to use it. Then we've got the ghosty cushion there, which is lovely, and we make the patchwork ghosty, so you can see how that's created, and the full-size template again as well. So it's all there for you. Now Georgie is one of the new patterns. It's going to be £6.99 in the shop, and that is, let me bring it up, that is this cushion here, which is all applique. This cushion is a bit fat, I have to say, it's a bit stuffed, but you've got the templates to make all of these orange peel, that's the word I've been trying to search for, the orange peel shapes, and which are just applied with Bondo web, and they're just stitched round twice on there, and I've used gold, of course I've used gold, to create this beautiful cushion. Now I've used sort of wax dyed fabric, there's a name for it but I can't remember now, sun dyed fabric, that's it. But you can use anything you like. You use batiks, use plains, use your sparkly fabrics. You could make that into almost like a poinsettia, so you could make it like in Christmas fabrics. But that is one of the new patterns, so that is in the book. So that's worth £6.99 if you were to get it from my website after Christmas, or next year actually. There's your templates. Another fabulous picture of the cushion on my steamer chair in the garden. Could do with a bit teak oil, I have to say, it's a bit dry. Yeah, so you got the full-size templates there. You got the half zip pouch, so again a really great pattern. Only warrants one page to actually make it up, and again another fantastic pattern. Harper I need to do a bit of work on, because there's a bit of graphics that need, this is my proof, so I need to work out the graphics on this. But again, Harper, absolutely fabulous. I use my Harper every single day of the week. Again, a full-size template. And then we've got Helen, which some of you already know. Hi Jackie. Fantastic for dog walking. Pop your phone in that secret pocket in the centre, and then you've got two outside pockets, and actually because of the design of it, they open out quite a bit. They're pleated, so a fantastic design. And this is all in the book. You can see I'm not cheating on you. This is all what's available. Totally and utterly love this page. You know, I love the graphics of things. like the making and all of that, but when I see this page, this brings me so much joy because of the colours of it. And if you opened this up on a dark, dreary January day, for instance, it would lift your heart, wouldn't it? Absolutely lift your heart. Yeah, so that's the Indian Treasure, which I adore. You got the full size patterns of such a small pouch. In comparison to other things that I make, it takes up 3 full pages of templates. Yeah, I mean, I could have overlapped them all. I could have done that the same as I did for Danielle, but I quite like the fact that I could spread them out. And notes as well, you could take some notes. Now Isabella, she's new. She's our brand new gorgeous bag, which I've made in super soft needle cord. It's beautiful. I can't tell you how soft this is. And then some zingy fabric inside. That's one of my pouches in there just to stuff it out. We've got rivets to hold the flaps down, but you could use buttons, you could use poppers, make it easy for yourself. And then it's got a fabulous gusset. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a fabulous gusset. So it's actually quite a nice size bag, and fantastic to take to the shops. Just not too big, not too small, but just right. I give you the size of the handles that you need from Amazon, which is our favourite place to go, surely. And you could make Isabella easily. I love that bag. I might swap actually and use that bag for a little while. And of course you've got the full size templates to go with Isabella. Beautiful picture of Porter there, one of my favourites. Jack. Now again, Jack is a forgotten hero because it's actually a travel document holder. That's what it looks like when it's folded. That's what it looks like when it's open. And you've got the full patterns for it. So, you know, you've got the full templates. So even that would be a fabulous make. And they're all so worth the money. I can't tell you what a bargain it all is. So JC, a fabulous bag. I've shown that before in, I think book 2 has a big picture of JC in there. And really good size crossbody bag with a zip on the outer. And from memory, I think there's a pocket inside as well. And if there isn't, you can put one in. Oh yeah, no, that's inside. Anyway, you can decide whether you want pockets inside or out. Another picture of JC there in different fabrics. Full size templates again. Oh, now Juliet is the new pattern. I'll see if I can lift it up. I'm not going to go to the front camera, but I'll put it under your noses here. Simple quilting, good to see the quilting, really simple quilting. But this is Juliet, and she's a gorgeous table runner. She measures 40 inches long by, I think it's 16 inches wide, and you can see how that's constructed. I absolutely love it. And it's done by snowballing, so you're snowballing the corners there to make those shapes. Looks like a picture frame, or it could be, as somebody suggested last night, a cotton reel. And perhaps you've already seen designs like this, I don't know. I tend not to be influenced by other folk, but sometimes it's not always that easy because it's like there in front of your face. So that's Juliet. She's going to be £6.99 in the shop. As I said, all the new patterns amount to £40, just under £40. Another oldie goldie, the laptop bag. Again, one of my, I think possibly my actual first pattern. A really fantastic bag, easy to make, and you can put your devices in there. It's been designed for like an iPad, a little bit bigger than an iPad, perhaps like a Kindle size, but you can make it bigger. Just once you've got the concept of how it's put together, make it bigger. Got Lucy in there. I don't need to cover that because there's templates for Lucy. Full size template with a little pretty cat up there. Again, nice graphics to help you along. We've got Luna. Now Luna is one of my favourite patterns because we hand stitched the zip in just to make it different, and so it's a really pretty one to make. We've got Martha, full templates again. So you're getting the full tour really of what's in the book and what you can do, what perhaps projects you'd like to start with. Got Martha in, Meadow in there, full size template again from our Kath. The mermaid, fantastic. Again, we've got a template in there, beautiful pictures, beautiful designs. We've even got like the mermaids here as little graphics, which I adore. And there's your template. We've got mini Popsy. So again, you've got all the information you need to cut and prepare little Popsy that takes the little bottles of wine, the smaller bottles of wine. Minty, a really useful little purse. I mean, these are all things that you could easily make. So we've got larger projects, and as I said, you know, the quilts and things and bags, but we've also got still got the little projects in here as well. Full-size template. Xavier, now Xavier, I use her every day. That's my everyday bag. If you've seen me out and about anywhere, that's the bag I have on me. Although I might swap it to the other bag. Yes, definitely. Juliet? No, that's wrong. I knew I'd forget them. Anyway, Isabella. I might swap it to Isabella because that's actually a good size. But anyway, Myra. Now Myra is one of the most popular patterns I've ever produced. It's about, well, it's probably 3.5, 4 years old now. But one of my ladies has made over 30 of these for friends to sell as well. But it's got the pocket inside there, it's got the pocket here as well, and it's obviously got the pocket in there, and it's got a crossbody strap, and it's absolutely perfect for dog walking and for going out and about. So again, you've got the full instructions in there. Oh so spooky. Oh so spooky. Yeah, okay, we've missed the boat because that was yesterday, but you can make it for next year. Gives you clear ideas of how to create your little pieces, and you've got the full-size templates as well. There's Julie. Julie is probably my favourite bag ever. I just love how she stands, how she's a real presence when you see Julie. She is a really lovely bag. Now Paddy is a new pattern that's going to be £3.49 in the shop, and Paddy is a holder for your pot noodle. So it means that when you've filled up with boiling water and you go sit down, watch Homes Under the Hammer or something, and you want to hold it, I find pot noodles very hot. You may or may not, but I decided actually one day I was eating one. I thought, oh, I need something to hold. So I made Paddy to go round a pot noodle pot, and actually I don't know if you can see, but it's got a lovely strip going along the front there. Deliberate, because that's your waterline. So I've copied the waterline from your pot noodle pot, and that is applied. Obviously it's difficult to see with this fabric. I mean, this fabric is perfect, isn't it? But that is your waterline, just as a feature, nothing else. Obviously you're not going to use it as a waterline, but yeah, you could be like this little fella here, enjoying your pot noodle with your Paddy to help it not burn your hands. Then we've got Pixie, and I've got a few Pixies in the book. I love Pixie. She comes with a full-size template again, really fantastic. We've got Polly in here. I mean, Polly is that's a full-size pattern. That's a £6.99 pattern. Goodness knows how much this book is actually truly worth. Crazy. Full-size templates again. We've got a lovely picture of Harvey. Now this particular Harvey, John takes away in the motorhome, and he uses it for dog walking. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect for him, and he loves it. And actually these are all his old jeans. So, well, you know, life's too perfect for anything here. We've got Sarah. So Sarah is again another very useful project, and actually probably forgotten. You've probably forgotten that we've got a Sarah. A 2 container pouchy container thing. You could have that on your desk. You could have your pens and pencils one side, you could have some of your tools on the other side. So perfect for your desk. It's a good size. It says 11 inches by 7.5, so you know that's a good size. So that is Sarah. And then we're nearly at the end now. So let's see if we can get this open a bit better. Just a second. Then we've got Shona, and Shona is the fold away shopping bag, and so I take you through the process of making Shona, but also I give you the process of actually how you fold it so it ends up in the little pouch there. Really great. I love all the little animal graphics that I've put in there, and lots of inspiration and hand holding going through the book. We've got Starburst, which is Kath's beautiful little pincushion there, and we've got all the templates for you for that as well, full size templates, and a little reminder that if you wanted to buy all 5 of those bag patterns, you can on a USB. You just need to email me. That's always available. And we've got Tina, and Tina is another crossbody bag for your phone. So if you just want a phone bag, then this is Tina. Absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and the strap is actually a zip. Trini, now Trini is probably one of the most made patterns that I have. So you can see how the triangles are laid. They're laid in a certain way so you don't have any stop-start stitching shown. You know, when you do back stitch, stop start, threads, all of that, it's stitched in such a way that that's all covered up, and these are all appliqued on but using a straight stitch, but it's like the half zip pouch, but we've added on the applique to make it really special. In the pictures the triangles are white, so they don't show up brilliantly, but you've got a great graphic here to always help you with that. Vintage baubles. I always think it's a bit of a dodgy picture, but you know, what can I do? That is the shape you need. It's like a tennis ball that you're creating, and it shows you how to create the fabric to then be able to create the vintage bauble. And then look at this. This is one of my real oldie ones. Again, Winnie is so old, and she's so current. Fabulous little pincushion. She must be 5 or 6 years old, and she's absolutely perfect, really perfect. Got all the templates in there. You know, just a joy for you to make. Really, really, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, a couple of little mices. Actually, you know, they're actually computer mice, but they just sit perfectly on there. And then the last pattern that we've got here is Zara. So Zara is a brand new pattern again. Now this is interesting because it's an unlined PU. It's going to be $4.99 in the shop when it goes into the shop next year. And this is Zara here, really soft. I always have a little scarf on mine, just to make it interesting. But you've got a really soft PU bag, totally unlined, so you can see what that looks like in there. Nice and strong though. These are literally riveted on. Let me turn it over to the other side, you can see better. These are just literally riveted on. You could stitch this if you wanted to, if you feel you need more security. We do use hot glue to make sure that these are all you know, strengthened, I suppose. But again, as like I say, you can always stitch them if you wanted to. You could use buttons to do this instead of rivets. These are actually on my Amazon shop. They're called, oh, what are they called? Fabric ends, fabric buckles. But they're in my Amazon shop, and they are a smidge over 1 inch wide, but they're absolutely perfect for finishing off a project and making it look professional. But that is over the shoulder bag. It's got a little boxy bottom. Oh, that's Millie barking. So Zara is a great make, and this would be perfect for me perhaps tomorrow because I'm going to the NEC. So to put all your bits and pieces in your shopping. So that is the new book. It's £15. It's available for pre-order. You can just go on to my Sum Up shop, which I'll put the link on in a sec, and order that. It's going to be dispatched around about the... Still love that page. Still love that page. I want the whole book to be like this. I love it. So you could pre-order, and I'll get that out to you certainly in the first week of December. It might well be sooner. It will be all down to my printer, the printing company. And I have to say, this is going to be a good, useful make for you. It'll be all down to the printing company of how quickly they actually get that printed for me. So that is the 50 mini makes, or 50 not so mini makes really, because you've got the back is the same as the other books, no point changing that. So you've got 50 really good sized projects in there, lots and lots of different things. It's not all about quilts, it's not all about bags, it's about useful projects that you can use in the home. This one I always take this away in the motorhome, gives me joy. It's the fabrics I've used, that's what it is. And like I say, you could make all these cushions for the spring. Beautiful. So that is now available. I'll put the link on below, so go and have a little look for that. The other thing I wanted to show you, which I probably will, let's go, well, maybe I can go here. You'll have perhaps seen the reel I did for the block keeper, and so many people have said, oh, that's useful, I'd love to do that, that's going to be useful for us, and blah blah blah, which yes, of course it is. It's quite big, it's 16 inches square, and it's like a book. So you see I've got the strip going down the back, and the reason why it's like a book is because when you open it up, you've got the pages here ready to take your blocks, and because we've used a natural wadding, so a cotton or a bamboo, something like that, these blocks stick to it, and it's a great place to keep everything lovely and flat. And you can put more than one block on a page, and of course you've got the back, front, you've got the back, so very useful. And I've put in 3 pages, let's say. Let me just get my finger in there so you can see. I've put in 3 pages, but you could put 4 or 5 in there. I've stitched them down like this, but you could put another one in there, another one in there, and that really does then make it like a book. That is all sitting like a book now, with a tie now, and then you can flip it over and you can use that side if you want to, which is a little bit more subtle. That's up to you. But this is actually part of our 12 days for Christmas, 12 days of Christmas. Now if you know me well enough, you know that the 12 days of Christmas starts on Boxing Day every year. I know we're not Christmas yet, I know that, I make no excuses. I don't mind talking about Christmas whenever. April I'll talk about Christmas because it's important. But this is part of our 12 days of Christmas, okay? So on the first 3 days we're going to be making the block keeper. The blocks, I'm going to give you all the patterns for it. I'll give you all the measurements, everything, and I'm going to walk you through how to make the block keeper, okay? There we are, that's the sort of spine of it, if you like. As I say, you can flip it over, have it that way. So this is all part of the 12 days of Christmas, guys. So the first 3 days we'll be making the block keeper, then the following 9 days we'll be making blocks to go inside your block keeper, which you can then make into a quilt when you're ready. It looks, I'm very bright on the screen now. Yeah, so everybody's been saying, oh, I'd love to do that, I'd love to, I can't wait for the pattern, blah blah blah. We don't need to, because you know the 12 days of Christmas is free. Yeah, so that's my gift to you for being customers over the last 12 months, and spending your pennies with me. Thank you very much, appreciate it. And because of that, I do the 12 days of Christmas totally free. I mean, you can buy me a coffee if you want to. There's my buy me a coffee logo on the 12 days of Christmas tab on the website, so you can always buy me a coffee, always appreciated. But this is our free pattern, or the start of it. So days or evenings 1, 2 and 3 we'll be making the block keeper, and then the rest of the 9 days we'll be making blocks to go inside your block keeper, which you can then make into a quilt. I probably won't make the quilt because we're limited with the days. By night 12 I've had it, but then I'll give you ideas of how you can pop it together. Okay, so that is actually going to be free. And that's because I'm saying thank you very much for being a customer, for supporting me over the year, supporting a small business, helping me keeping it together, helping me still to create patterns, create books, create templates, That's what it's all about, and that's my way of saying thank you. So you can see it's quite big. It's I think it is 16 inches square, but actually when you open it up, it's almost like a table runner. I'll try and do this. You've got the two you've got the two blocks there. There we go. I've now destroyed the whole thing. So that is actually something to look forward to Boxing Day. It's you don't have to pay anything. You just log on to this page, Lizzy Curtis, 26th of December, 7 p.m. It's the same every year for the last 4 years. If you want to know what we did over the last couple of years, head to my website, click on the tab 12 Days of Christmas. You will see the things that we did in the last couple of years. The first year I didn't make a record of it, so it's not on there. But years 2 and 3 are on there, and now that we're on to year 4. So I'm really pleased to have brought that to you. I'm really happy that we're going to be doing something really exciting, something useful. I like something that's useful. And as I say, that is my gift to you, to say thank you very much for being a customer over the last 12 months. Most appreciated. Anybody that's always taking my free patterns, great, I do them, so they're free. You can try my patterns, you can test them out, you can see if you can follow them and make them and decide whether how I do my patterns is good for you. But you could go on to my 12 Days of Christmas page and buy me a coffee to say thank you. I would really appreciate it. Many thanks. Right, so that's me done. Thank you very much for watching. I will cut a little piece of this out, little segments of this out, and make a reel over the next few days, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. But I just want to leave you now to have a lovely weekend. I'm off to my dad's today, caring for him. Wonder what you're up to. Anyway, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.